I don't want to waste your time, so there will be no intro. So I recently came across quite an interesting product, a soap grater that was made from a couple, and they've gone to Dragon's Den. They've pitched their idea as an eco-conscious product. Let's watch it and see what's all about.
Hello Dragons, I'm Lisa, founder of Snope, a revolutionary, patented solid soap and solid shampoo dispenser.
I'm Anthony, Lisa's husband and business partner, and we're here today seeking a £50,000 investment for a 5% stake in Snope.
The idea for Snope came to me when I realised solid bars of soap were proving impractical for our busy family. Nobody wanted to share the bar. The bar always ended up a slimy lump with a hair on it on the sink. But before I reverted to liquids, I wanted to understand what that meant.
Yeah, that's one thing about using a bar soap in particular, is that it can be quite gross. If multiple people use the same bathroom, you don't know where that soap has been, but what they've done with it, right? So, yeah.
And the issue with liquids is gigantic, with UK homes alone discarding 1.8 billion hand wash, body wash and shampoo bottles every single year. And on top of that, liquids have 10 times the carbon footprint of solids. That's a big problem.
Yeah, it's very true. Liquids are actually more energy intensive to produce. They need more energy to blend the synthetic detergents and preservatives in the soaps themselves. Liquids are heavier, so it will actually take a lot more energy to actually transport liquid soaps than solid soaps. You're more likely to waste soap to use like a bar soap. So, yeah.
So, Lisa wanted to see what was out there. Was there a hybrid, something with the convenience of the dispenser, but all of the environmental benefits of solid bars?
When I couldn't find anything, I invented the solution and Snope was born. It takes 2 solid bars of soap or shampoo and dispenses a fine snow-like powder.
I want you to pay attention to this. The way she engages it is she twists the top and it grates the soap.
Snope is eco-friendly, cost-saving. 2 bars of soap give 2,000 hand washes, and that's equivalent to 20 bottles of 250ml hand wash, body wash, or shampoo.
So she actually made a claim here, a bold claim. She said 2 bars of soap is equal to 2,000 hand washes, which is equivalent to 20 250ml hand washes. The issue with that is, once you do all the calculations, you're spending £11 based on basically Snope's website. They sell each bar of soap for £5.5. You're basically spending £11 for 2 bars of soap. Now, if I'm going to compare it to a popular product that I use over here in Sutton Coldfield called Carex, right? It's a liquid soap and it costs £1, right? This is 500 milliliter. So I will need 10 of these to match the soaps that they're marketing in their website. To get their product, I will need to spend £11 for 2,000 hand washes. Whereas for this, I'm going to need to spend £10 to get 2,000 hand washes. This does not factor in the cost of the dispenser itself. It's marketed as an eco-conscious product. The main issue with this is, are that many people really interested in eco-conscious products? Apparently over here in the UK, there are a couple of people that are, but still, let's carry on watching the video. At the moment, it seems like the whole idea is locked behind their soaps.
Launched 18 months ago, and we're in over 200 happy Snoopy households and in over 30 businesses, including schools, cinemas, and we've just signed a hotel, which is part of a large global hotel chain, which is game-changing for Snoop.
That's actually very big, and that's good signs to invest in a company. When the entrepreneurs have already made the efforts to market their products, they already have contracts. And by the way, in this video, I'm making the assumption that everything they say is true, and this is a novel product that has not been done before, as of the time the video was made. One thing I also want to mention in Dragon's Den is that not all the information is disclosed to us, the viewers, right? There are certain things that the Dragons may ask them that's not public.
So you're saying that you're going to revolutionize the hand soap market.
Correct.
And the power that you've got in that container is your product.
The container is the product, and
not all those
the
soaps you've got up there.
Yes, all of that is our product. We've got accessories, we've got soap bars and shampoo bars as well.
It's not a powder, it's a bar, and she
Oh, I see, it's a bar and you're squeezing it.
Yes.
Correct. Grating it, grating it. Yeah.
Right,
2 bars
I see.
inside.
How many bars have you got in there?
2.
Gotcha.
Great benefits that our commercial premises love is for the operatives, it's so much easier because you're not lumping around a 5-litre jack of liquid that you've got to pour into here. You've got a 110-gram bar that's equivalent to 2.5 litres in itself.
Can you explain to me what stage you're at with the patent?
Yeah, so we've got...
Before we get to the patents, what I'd like to mention is that each grater costs £45 and it can go upwards of £55 for the apparatus itself. The thing is that we don't know the cost that Snope is actually selling the product to their clients. Like, and when by clients I mean like the hotels, the schools that they spoke about. We don't know the cost, but to consumers the cost is £45.
Patents be granted here in the UK.
Oh, wow.
And we've got EU and US pending, and that's for the dispenser itself, and then we've got patents on the soap.
Yeah.
How do
So before the next question, it's actually really good that they have their patents granted in the UK. Now the question is, what was actually granted, right? Because this is still under the assumption that they are the ones who invented the soap dispenser, right? And no one else can market it in the UK and sell it in the UK.
Do you get a patent on the soap?
Because we've got the shape, the hole, because it needs a hole because it rotates around the central point, and the etching marks on the top because they have a functional benefit to them. You got to make a big redesign to do anything around it. Like I say, our patent attorney, we focused on that because we knew how important it was to protect, and he's outstanding.
I completely disagree. As an engineer myself, it's quite easy to circumvent this patent. And that's something I would like to talk about in general. Patents are just a deterrent, and they're good to help you get investments. But the issue with patents is that if you give it to an engineer and give them enough time and enough resources, they will find a way to circumvent this. We will see in the competitors' products that are still being marketed in the UK today at a more affordable price. So each soap dispenser costs around £45, which is quite expensive. And if you check Amazon for soap dispensers in general, look at the soap dispenser, it costs £14 and it's sold in the UK. Let me show you actually. They have different actions. If one thing I also wanted you to notice from the video is that they twist it to grate the soap. There are some that are a button that you just press and the soap grates to. There's also one other elephant in the room that we need to address, and that is that the soaps at the moment are proprietary. So for you to use the apparatus, you have to buy soaps particularly from Snoke. This is not flexible. That already locks the market. On Amazon, we can see on the screen right here, there are listings that can use any soap available. They don't have to use one soap in particular. So that's one other issue. I understand why they did it, because they can make recurring revenue from the soaps themselves, but if somebody just comes out with a better product, undercuts them, Snoke basically has lost the game. The other company has won, because now they've made a product that's more universal, that can just sell very quickly at a more affordable cost. So let's continue.
It is, at the moment, it's quite a chunky looking thing. How much flexibility have you got in terms of design? So if you think at the moment, your big market here is going to be hotels. And at the moment, they do some fantastic deals with brands. And your market is going to be multifold. It's going to be you supplying the product. But if you do have this wonderful device, then licensing that to other brands that can put their brand across, is going to be as important. But they're going to want flexibility of brand. So they're going to want to say, actually, I'd like it that colour, and I'd like it a bit longer, and I'd like one soap to go,
Yes, absolutely.
So that's why I asked the question.
Yeah, so from a patent point of view, there's no problem with that. We can certainly change that. It's just a tooling. We're totally open to changing the design and the look of it.
Deborah brought a brilliant idea to the table over here, because if you're going to have a brand, right, you have to be able to market your product effectively and efficiently, because it costs a lot of money to market, right? Ideal situation is to just be able to license to other brands and then they use your product. So you basically just get like a contract on, let's say the brand will just say that they need like 10,000 units, and you've already guaranteed that that's the amount of money you're going to make, and you can then focus on producing it for them, right? As it is right now, it doesn't seem like much marketing has been gone to the entire product. Yes, they've updated their website. They've mentioned that they were in Dragon's Den. They mentioned the dragon that they partnered with, but it's not everywhere. This product is not everywhere. And in terms of cost of production, and if let's say a Snow, let's type this. Let's check Snow, because maybe I'm just Snow dispenser. Exactly. This is £45. Why should I get this over this? That's the question right now, right? So I think they kind of cornered themselves. Cost of production may be too high because their cost price is way too high. They may be manufacturing it over here, but even if they're not manufacturing it over here, they need to be able to get a better deal to be able to undercut these people that are selling it at a cheaper price for households, right? I don't see why most people should spend £45. But, this is part of the issue with, if you charge too much for a product, somebody can just come in, undercut you, and then make more money than you in general. This is the product we're actually talking about. Even if it may not work as well as Snope's implementation, you're spending 3.5 times less than what you would be spending if you were to go for Snope's.
Really, really quick. And I don't need to ask many questions like some of the other dragons. I'm just going to get straight to the point and make you an offer. Because I literally, when I saw it, when you demonstrated it, I just got it. So you've asked for £50,000 for 5%. I'm going to offer you all of the money for 10% of the way of working.
to throw my weight behind making sure that this reaches its potential. So I'm going to make you an offer, which is I'm going to offer you all of the money for 10% of the business as well.
Thank you.
It's been part of money.
Thank you.
You're an offer. I'm going to offer you all of the money.
Be kind, Tuka.
No, but you got 10%.
To be honest,
And I'm not going to go over 10%. And I'm wondering, do I undercut them or not?
Percent.
Split it in lots.
I was for 5%.
Okay, thank you.
We go and chat at the back.
Yep, we can do the chat.
so that'll be the video in terms of the product. Now, the product's actually quite good. It's something that I think has universal application. They need to obviously find a way to reduce their cost because it's way too expensive, or they need to find a way to build a strong enough brand to justify the cost, you know. But at the moment, it seems that they haven't really done either, and hopefully they'll be able to maximize this product's potential in the near future. Thank you.